Hi, Shae Russell here, editor of the Daily Reckoning Australia. And I thought we'd take a quick look today at something that came out in the federal budget last week that I feel is being very underreported in the mainstream press. Now, normally I don't pay much attention to the federal budget because it's just not true. It's sort of like a wish list of the government, isn't it? But the big thing that came out of it is that the federal government will ban cash payments over $10,000 effective as of July 2019. Now, currently, up until then, any transaction that is over $10,000 in cash or electronically, I might add, has to be reported to AUSTRAC as part of the anti-money laundering legislation, which was bad enough. However, this is the first step to a government banning the use of legal tender over a certain amount. Now, we're certainly not the first country to do it. Countries around the world have been implementing these measures for the past few years since the financial crisis. So countries like Spain, Uruguay, France, Belgium, they've all have basically cash caps in place that if you pay, if you want to transact over a certain amount, it must be paid for electronically. France has the tightest regulations. They currently ban all cash payments over €1,000, so roughly around 1,500 Aussie dollars. However, when I first heard about this, my first instinct was to go out and buy some gold and silver because this is very much an Orwellian thing that the government is doing. They're driving people into a digital system controlled by both our politicians and our central bank. But then I realised too that this is really going to encourage more people to explore cryptocurrencies and how they can be used as a way of, trading and transacting with some anonymity throughout the system. So I would expect that with this ban coming into place, we're going to see more and more people moving into cryptocurrencies. Now, as Jim Rickards has been talking about for the past 3 years, moving into cash bans is something that all governments will eventually implement. And the Australian government putting the $10,000 cash ban in place effective as of next year is just the first step. From here, we are likely to see people starting to hoard cash. And as a result of that, I do believe that the government will further step in and start reducing that $10,000 limit from, say, $10,000 to $5,000, and then next thing you know, it'll be a $1,000 cash ban. So we're very much on that slippery slope to having our entire lives being monitored, essentially, from the Aussie government. Now, if you do want to learn more about moving into cryptocurrencies, Jim Rickards has actually just released an ebook. You won't find it anywhere else. We are the sole people publishing the book today. So you can just click in the link below and see how you can read all about the cryptocurrency wars, and also too how this is really, cash ban is really just the first step in the government's getting more and more control over how we spend our money in the economy. That's it for me today. I'll be back later in the week with more.